All right. Greetings and salutations. Um, as for my last two, I plan two live streams, and I'm thinking about considering to either postpone those two live streams or delete those planned live streams or cancel it altogether. Because I'm gonna talk about something that's very important. About in 2018, in 2017, and a little bit before that, I guess, I made a 10-part series called a civic culture, right? And this one is one of my earliest ones of the civic culture. Um, and this video was made, yeah, about 5 years ago. As you can see it right here, it's June 5th, 2018, right? So you see that video, check it out, right? But let me go ahead and talk about this for a minute. I will listen to Madhead Doctor video about the UFO and the underlying issues of what people trying to do, right? These movements that some of us have. There is a dark and sinister, or should I say, possible sinister motives within these movements that's been propping up for the past, um, let's just say, 7 years at least. And it sounds good on paper, but when you dial back and see there's an undercurrent problem that's going to create a bigger problem, that's going to create a situations that's not going to be favorable to everyone. So how we got here? Well, I'm going to speak as both as an American, and I'm also going to speak as a black man. So if I code switch, I want you, don't sit there and act confused because I'm about to go here with something. In the 1950s, there was a book called it was a book, I forgot the name of it. It was talking about a civic culture, and the civic culture, it lists down the criterias, um, why there is a civic culture in Western society. And indeed, these are principles that are maintained by the Anglo-Saxon white male. And because it's maintained by the Anglo-Saxon white male, well, they're the hegemony. They're top of the hegemony in society. However, something happened in the 1970s or 60s rather that made the that made this particular group of men to abandon this mindset. And because of the mindset, that's why you had a lot of demonstrations and counterculture movements and being disruptive to the traditional culture in America, and you see it played out not just in the '60s and '70s. You also hear it played out in the post-Obama world. And the thing is, how did we got here? You know, and I know somebody say, "Well, what you talking about?" See, in the 1960s, you have a bunch of people demonstrating, rioting on college campuses. Kent State, 1970. Um, Berkeley, California. Any point in time since 1964, and so on and so on and so on. Over the Vietnam War, and you know, uh, nuclear weapons, and then they witnessed the five great assassinations, the five major assassinations of Medgar Evers, John F. Kennedy, um, Robert Kennedy, and Martin Luther King, and Malcolm X. Today, in the post Barack Obama world, you see this same crop of the breakdown of a civic culture. Back then, we witnessed assassinations and college, the disruptive of the college of academia. Now we see the destruction of the ballot box, and rule of law. And what is self-evident, I should say, is no longer self-evident. We sit there now try to say, well, what is a woman? We have arguments and debates of what is and is not a woman. What is how many genders there are, and how many, you know, what is critical race theory? Some of these arguments that are so asinine, and it led it to this point that we see in Washington D.C. when they was counting the electoral votes. See, the poor the poor middle class male, Caucasian male, in this point is in a position is in a precarious position of losing. Same way like his grandparents of the '60s, who was riding, they was in a sense of loss, a sense of fear, governed by fear, and governed by the insecurity. But unlike their grandparents who lurched towards the left, they decided to lurch towards the right and become radicalized. And all this is because in both cases they abandoned a civic culture. Now, I, as a black man, um, you know, I see the breakdown of communication, see the breakdown of understanding, see the breakdown of common decency and respect among within the African American world. And it's not basically a single mother problem. It's not because of there's not enough daddies in the household, or that same lame arguments, or it wasn't the crime bill by Joe Biden. It's none of that. What happened in the African American world is we tried to attain having a civic culture, but because the civic culture was denied to us, we become radicalized, and thus become more, how can I say it, we become more tribal, for lack of a better word, right? And when I say tribal, I mean not in the sense of, oh, we black, we need, we should stick together. It's more of my way or the highway, and if you're not agreeing with me, therefore you need to be destroyed. And thus though creates a brain drain within the African American world, especially that what you hear online. Um, and because of that, you know, and a part of the reason why, you know, um, when I was on Citizen Lou's channel and talking to MLT, MLT could not identify. He's right on the money, but he could not identify the term. So I'm identified the term for him. What MLT want within the whole, um, when it comes to resources and skills and conversations that are more, that's not based upon um, sex or relationships. He wants a more, he wants a civic culture for black people, for black men, especially because black men was never really was taught having a civic culture until the rise of then Senator Obama. And that had produced his presidency, his candidacy, and then his presidency created a certain, um, a certain change in African American world where, and a lot of us feel um, dupe, quote unquote, by the events of his presidency, and some of us, because that we were never was taught having a civic culture, we never research, and we never do our dil- diligence in researching um, what's ill us in society. We rather gravitate, just like our white counterpart. We want to gravitate towards, a tribalistic mindset, or for lack of a better term, rather than a cultural, um, a civic culture. And thus what you witness on YouTube and social media is this punching down effect by black men, while white men, on the other hand, is storming capitals of cities, state capitals like Wisconsin, making serious threats towards certain elected officials, and what happened in Washington D.C. It's all culminated because nobody believe in no longer believe in the set rules of respect and what is orderly and and what is lawful. And that's what I get from the Madhead Doctor's video. You know, that's why you see these insane um ideas that people spew out when when in reality it does not pass the test of what was proven, was tried and proven. That's why you also see a bunch of black conservatives will say any and everything to stay relevant rather than being problem solvers that they claim to be. You know, so I might have to reintroduce or remake or re-update my my civic culture series, or do a sequel to it, because that conversation I had, and right now I'm eating right now, so excuse me if I'm smacking everything, but that's what I noticed. I'm just saying. So, um, what what video? You talking about Madhead? Madhead just did a video called the Black National Anthem. Um, it's really is a that video he did, the Black National Anthem video, is actually a video he did last year. He just redid it. What I'm eating, some of me some meatballs right now. Um, well, I was because I'm about to head on to bed. I just got back from work, so I'm gonna head on to bed though. So um, I'm thank God it's September. I'm telling you, but it's still hot as hell down here. Well, the nights are cooler though, tell you that much, but daytimes is hell. You know. Yeah. It's cool to be cruel. In disrespect is, excuse me. In disrespect is a new, it's a new cool. And and um and that's what you're seeing. You know. But I might go on about that. The civic culture thing, because I know somebody gonna say, well, Big J, that's a book that two white people wrote in 1958, and there was only saying, well, there was only saying that book in that book, and yes, let me say this again. If you read the book about civic culture, yes, that was specifically geared towards white people, especially white men. I understand that, but I'm looking at it from this perspective. If you don't have a system of respect, then therefore, like you hear people like AJ and Seeing Red, and I'm saying this ad nauseum. He always talk about blame everything on single mothers and everything else. Um, but then he and his ilk can't sit there and grasp a concept that respect for community and respect for people that you're talking to, or I should say the disrespect, I should say, of both the people around you and the people who you're talking to. The disrespect that you give out feeds into the crime in your community or the discontent, especially when you're trying to talk about what needs to be, what are these solutions, and then when you don't have solutions and you're just grabbing your mouth, then therefore though you're making it worse than what it is, you know. So that's why MOT, you know, he said this on Citizen Lose live stream that some of you should not be breathing, because people are getting impatient, you know, because some of y'all believe that the disrespect and is warranted, the disrespect. And when I said disrespect, I'm talking about unprovoked disrespect is warranted, and it's becoming to a meme and a joke to, it's okay to do it. I don't think what you are inviting is chaos. And hold on, what did you get mad head pissed at you? Well, let me say it like this. I'll be simple. Me going after Warren and Danini, me wanting to take down Warren and Danini and Reg. He didn't like that. Yeah, that's why Madhead's mad at me because I wanted to take down Reg in the Viper Pit. That's why Madhead was pissed at me, and that's why he said though I was Nyla's Black Woman's Fear and Pure Butterfly's bitch. Yeah, yeah, he had that video. His is still up. You know, right now you don't see me as angry anymore. Um, I'm not as angry anymore because my enemy has been defeated and destroyed. So I'm no longer as mad as I used to be. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, Queen. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what I do not know what to tell you. You know, I see Shatira here. Good morning to you. You know, um, yeah, I'm not mad anymore. You know, I'm somewhat at peace. No, I wouldn't say I'm at peace. That's a lie. Um, Let me just say I'm content. Right, I'm just content. Um, I'm content, and I feel vindicated. All right, I feel vindicated by the events of last week or what happened over the past week and a half. So yeah, I feel vindicated by their destruction. But enough about them. Let me just say, you know, and that goes to my other point about the civic culture because we lack a civic culture in black society. I see that we hitch our wagons. We hitch our wagons to the Boyce Watkins and your and Tyreek Nasheeds of the world, and on one side, and we wonder why we keep on doing this when those people have been shown to be frauds. or thought to be frauds, because we don't have the a mindset, you know, we don't have a civic culture mindset that would, that would prevent us, or should I say, that would hold a Boyce Watkins or Tariq or whoever else that we might deem to, or Umar, to a high standard, and make them accountable for what deeds that they may or may not have done. I mean, deeds that they may have done, I should say, not that may not. Um, yeah, um, kind of tired. I need to stay up for quite a bit. I need to see if somebody is up. Um, I hope somebody's up and feeling better this morning. I got to call her on the phone. So anyway, um, but yeah, I'm gonna jump off here. Hold on. Let me see what. You know, oh, they stopped teaching. Yeah, they have. Well, that's why you see people storming the Capitol. You know, not understanding how the Constitution works. It's amazing though, the people who talk about the Constitution, who says though they love America and they wrap themselves with that 50 stars and 13 stripes. Talking about the American flag and all that, but they can't even go beyond the first two amendments of the Constitution. And that when I see a white man, right, who's so pro Trump, who's so pro conservative, who call himself conservative, you mean you can't read all of the Bill of Rights? You can't finish the Bill of Rights. On then you stop as number two, freedom of speech, and then the freedom to bear arms. Like as if that's all you have. I mean, your ancestors. Uh-oh. Your ancestors. Let me find my oh, hold on. Let me plug this up real quick. I hope I'm still live, right? Am I still live? Okay. Am I still live here? I guess so. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I almost ran out of my battery here. But that's why you have people storming the Capitol, and it can't even grasp the concept of how the process works. That's why you have people try to storm the Capitol out there in Wisconsin to kidnap the governor. You know, can't even understand the physics. See, I blame I blame this on Ronald Reagan, right? BJ, what you talking about? Well, in 1987, Ronald Reagan did one thing that created the environment that you see today. And this environment is something that I wish Obama would have fixed when he was in office, right? That I wish Obama or if I wish Obama would have done something about this when he went into office, or Clinton would have done in office. But especially Obama. But back in the late 80s, 1987, Ronald Reagan signed an executive order to, or not, sign an order to uh, re, um, get get rid of the what you call the fairness doctrine. And because of the fairness doctrine, you you get rid of consenting opinions, right? Or should I say, you get rid of certain opinions don't have equal time. Rather, thus you saw the balloon of Fox News and Newsmax and talk FM talk radio, uh, telling people that America is doomed because you're gonna elect Bill Clinton and Al Gore, you're gonna elect Obama to the presidency, and this, and I've been listening to talk radio since 2007 up until recently. I say around 2020, and all I noticed is the same dribble. People don't even know their own constitution, but they and these people, these radio show talk show hosts, destroyed, try to say that they're for the Constitution, while their listeners are so ignorant, not knowing what's inside of it, and that's problematic. And that's what you see at the Capitol, and that's what you see right now. That you have a president or a front runner for the Republican primary. You got a front runner for the Republican primary who's been indicted at least 4 times on some serious charges, but yet he still got more than 50% in polling on the Republican side Whereas it's the same, because I got to be fair here. I got to be fair. It's the same when it comes to the current president. Cocaine in the White House, transsexual women flashing their breasts during a White House uh, event in a yard in a company of children. And we try to make that and say, oh, they're just expressing their freedom of speech. Sending little girls and little boys to drag queens shows and say, oh, that's right. No, this is what happened when you have the breakdown of a civic culture, something that's based upon law and order, something that's based on a structure. And people want to know why people are so unhinged. That's why we having white boys, white guys shooting at having mass shootings in schools and churches, and even targeting minorities in grocery stores, because he never had the mindset of a civic culture. You know what? I'm gonna end it there, man. I'm gonna end it there. I could go on more about it. It's just that I'm tired. It's something that's just on my mind. I just came off of work, so you know. So anyway, um, yeah, yeah, they are. Yes, Jay, you are. I'm what? I'm what chocolate bunny. Let me say some chocolate bunny. Man, you are. You know what? Never mind. I can't say nothing. I can't say nothing. I'm gonna get myself in trouble. Fuck it. Um, why are you so damn cute? Damn, you so damn cute, girl. Shit. Yeah, I will. I will. I will. I get it some rest. You know. Yeah, I'm just tired though. So yeah. But I got make a phone call, see if somebody's okay. So um, anyway, I'll see y'all next time. I don't know if Sexy Red might be live or bomb. I don't know, but it's been a crazy 2 weeks, 2 3 weeks on the YouTube. So anyway, oh you play too. Thank you. Yeah, hey, no, thank you for watching though. Anyway, I'm out, y'all. Peace. I'm out.